Hey Will, it's Travis. Let's talk about the CAGED system of chords. So, this is a guitar, and when you buy it, it comes out of the box, it has 5 chords associated to it. And they are CAGED. C, A, G, E, and D. Once again, the C chord, the A chord, the G chord, which you probably make like this, the E chord, and the D chord, right? First exercise that you do with this is to make all those chords without using your first finger. So sort of leave your first finger out of the picture and make all those chords, right? So you have your C chord, looks like this, then your A chord, then your G chord, then your E chord, and then your D chord, right? So that's the basis of the CAGED system. Each one of those now we're going to consider to be a chord form that can move up and down the neck. So the C chord can actually then become a D chord or an E chord or an F chord, right? Likewise, the A chord becomes a B, a C, D, right? E moves around. You already know that the A chord and the E chord move around, but all the other chords move around too. And so if that's true, that means that there's 5 chord forms that you can use for any chord, and you can make any chord in 5 positions on the neck. So demonstrating with the C chord, I can use the C form, which I'm going to call 5th string negative position. That means I'm using the 5th string C note as a root, and all of my fingers are sort of upwind of that, right? They are behind that root. Then I have the A form, which is the 5th string positive position. All my fingers are sort of upwind of the C root on the 5th fret. So C, and then A, and then G is my 6th string root in the negative position. So all my fingers are going to be sort of down the neck, or I guess behind the root. This, by the way, is the ugliest chord in the CAGED system. And this is a classical guitar, so it's the ugliest version of it that you could possibly imagine. A whole lot easier on an electrical guitar. And so that's my 6th string sort of negative position. Here's my 6th string positive position, which is the E form that you're kind of used to. And then the last one being the D form, which looks like that for a C. And again, classical guitar, so I'm missing any frets, right? So they're in order. C, A, G, E, D is the order of the chord forms, the 5 places that you can make it. So anyway, the exercise that I was referring to, I refer to as the louie exercise, because you play the greatest song ever known, which is Louie Louie. And you start on a C chord in the C position, in that 5th string negative position. And here I'm going to use an E form for the F chord and a G form, right? Now I'm going to move up to the A position, and I'm going to play my C chord. Now you notice I'm using an A form for my C chord. I'm using a D form for my F chord. I'm using the E form for my G chord, and then back to my D form for the F, right? Well, now I get to play the ugly one, so now I move on to the G position, which is this heinous looking chord. And you notice that that's a G form, and a C form, and a D form, and back to a C form. Sorry. And then, of course, I have my... Wait. Should be this. So this is my E form and my A form. This is an F chord in the A form. And then this is a G chord in the C form, which, by the way, you don't need that full finger. You really just need this. And this is a good time to point out that wherever a major chord can be played, a 7th chord sounds better. So let's do that. Let's play C, and then F, and then G7. And then, of course, the last position I need to make a G chord up in this position, which is the A form. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, we're starting on a C. So this is the C. Again, this is where I'm going to lose because of my classical guitar. And then, where's my G? Oh. By the way, this is an abbreviation of the G form. Since the G form is really ugly and heinous and hard to play, if you want to play it with just the upper strings, you can just do this. That's a G form chord. It'd be like playing this as a G chord, but on the upper strings it sounds like that. Anyway, that's the CAGED system. You sit there and play Louie Louie in all 5 positions, up the neck. If you have a electric guitar, this is a little bit easier because you'll be able to reach past the 12th fret on some of this stuff. That's D form. D form chord is essential to your Guns N' Roses vocabulary. Okay, that's CAGED. I'll give you an email or a text with some lunch dates. Take it easy.